Everyone catch their breath a little bit. We've got the top three from today's Mission King of the Baggers race here at Road Atlanta. Our winner, Troy Herfoss, second place, Tyler O'Hara, and third place, Max Flinders. We'll get started with Max. You did really well with a bad decision. We can call it that. Was there any question in your mind, or was that the tires you were going to use?
After getting onto Superbike, I did think maybe we should go to slicks, but then I crashed and I didn't get a chance to talk to the team. So that's what they had on the bike, and we're a small team, so we don't have the time to change it on pit lane. So, hey, man, that's what we went on. I know nearly all of us were on the same tire, except that smart guy right there. But, both of you? Yeah. These smart guys right here. But then other than that, it was fair game, and I was sliding around like you guys saw. But, oh, man, they had that bike really good. I love sliding around, so it was a good time.
How close were you to not making that one big one back there?
That was the biggest pucker factor I've had in a long time, besides just crashing. But hey, man, I already crashed once today. My hip hurt. I was like, hey, let's send it on this one. It can't get much worse. And yeah, it went real sideways. But like I said, thanks to my dad for putting me in flat track. It paid off right there.
Oh, well, congratulations. I think you make everybody happy.
Thank you so much.
Second place today, Tyler O'Hara. Made the right decision with slick tires and actually said he did so right out of the garage, so it wasn't a matter of tying it on a siding lap or anything. Sixth in the dry yesterday. Not great for you, but no. Back on the podium today.
Fourth yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I got six.
I don't know why it's
just missed the podium.
I don't know who wrote these notes.
Yeah.
I was sixth.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's all right.
So fourth yesterday, second today. Altogether, not a bad weekend.
Yeah, this weekend.
And I know you were sick too.
Yeah. So I'm feeling better today, obviously, but made the decision right out of the garage that we were going to go slicks. And I asked Cameron on the podium, and he was on committal which way to go. And then I asked Baz what he thought, and he kind of said the track's drying out so fast. And then I ran slicks out of the garage, and I kind of hid behind pit lane and let everybody roll out, and then did my own laps and ran through the pit, and then did another lap to make sure that it was the right direction to go. And I'm sure glad I did. And I was a little bit too conservative off the start there because, I knew everybody else was on reins. I just knew I had to let the race come to me. And Troy just kind of set off a blistering pace. And there was a couple spots like 4, 5, and 12, and coming down the hill in the last corner there. It was technical for sure. I had to just take away lean angle and just kind of get back to the basics. And after yesterday, just missing the podium, battling with Hayden, it feels really good to be on the podium. Hats off to Troy. We both went slicks, and it was definitely the right decision to make. I had this weekend written down on my calendar to, this is the third way through the championship, and I needed to be up there and have good results and be in the top 3 in the championship leading forward. So, feeling good about the team. Everybody's been working hard. I crashed on Friday and gave the guys a little extra work and had to work all night, and being sick and just having to really battle through. I was up all night Friday night just barfing and didn't have any sleep, and then the word got out that I was sick, and then Jeremy called me. He's like, you can't let anybody know you're sick. So then I was okay yesterday, which I was really sick, but no, I feel better just sweating it out and staying hydrated, and the team's just been feeding me and just Pedialyte and everything, and it feels really good to be out here in Atlanta. This place is very special to me. I've had some really good results here, and getting some momentum and going to some tracks we're really good at, and Troy just set a really blistering pace at the beginning there, and hats off to Troy. He's riding really good. The whole team, 1, 2, 3 Indy motorcycle. I mean, we're rocking and rolling and taking the points away from our opposition, and feeling good, more comfortable every weekend, and just looking forward to this middle stretch here.
Okay, that brings us to our winner, Troy Herfoss. He's not only the winner, he's the new championship points leader after a perfect weekend. So the tire situation, was that a question in your mind, or were you pretty gung-ho on that slicks would be the way to go?
I was very confident it would be like slicks, but I was unsure of the ruling, whether we could start from pit lane or we've got 2 bikes in Australia. I haven't had a 1 bike rule or 1 bike only. I don't know if it's a rule or not, but we've got 1 bike. So that made me a little bit more cautious. But once we established we had a lot of time to change the tyres and the grid, I figured definitely I was going to go slicks, but roll out in the wets, take a nice slow lap, look at the track, get a bit of an idea of the guys rolling around a pit lane. You can usually see what the confidence levels are like. And yeah, it was slicks all the way. And the only problem was 2 laps to go, there was a couple of specks of rain. So, if it had just the skies had have open 1 to go, a big gap can come down. So it was a weird race for me. I got a really big gap in the first 2 laps, and the first lap especially 3 seconds, and then it said 5 after lap 2, and I'd already slowed down in my mind, and I assumed that everyone was on wets. Dean took the pit board down after it got to sort of the gap went out and just had the lap count. So I was okay, the gap's going out a long way. And then when I hear that, Tyler's on slicks, I'm like, oh wow, I was way too cautious. Like he could have been coming fast, Anyway, that's what it's like. I've never been in that situation where I've literally gone off the start, and in my mind, it was like, okay, I've won the race. Just don't mess up. So you've got no idea how nerve-wracking that is when you're in that position. So, yeah, look, how good is this? Indian 1, 2, 3. It's a perfect weekend for me. I never would have dreamed of that in, a perfect weekend in this championship at all, let alone my 3rd weekend in the championship. So it's a real credit to the team. They can give me a bike that I can just concentrate on racing on and learning tracks. And that's the reason I'm able to be so competitive. So I want to say thank you to them.
Any questions?
I gotta ask one. I'm almost afraid to ask you this, Troy, but I'm gonna ask it. This is a tough one. So,
He's got a good question.
so Troy Herfoss, 3-time Australian Superbike champion. So we have, unfortunately, Richie Escalante was hurt. We don't know what's going to happen, but he didn't race today. I have no idea what the plan is for him. But if there's an opening and it's on a superbike ride, would you consider that? Obviously Max does it, Bobby Fong does it. What's your response to something like that? Would you consider it?
Look, I've got an itch that I think I need to scratch in regards to riding a superbike. But yeah, I'm employed to do my best on this bike, and that's something I've got to not only talk to that team about, but discuss with my team. And yeah, look, Barber the next round. I've known that the whole time since I signed a contract with Indian that yes, I'm allowed to ride a superbike, and 2, Barber is a free round for us. And now this has happened. Look, I'm like a kid right now. I'm so excited to race a motorbike. Yeah, it's too hard of a question to ask. I think you know the answer.
Okay. I knew it was a tough one.
Yeah.
Thanks.